Hey ladies and gentlemen, how you guys been doing? Now it's actually been a while since I make a video like this. I'm still trying to get back, and right now there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Generally, yeah, I could make a let's play right now, which I probably will make a let's play today as well, but just for now I kind of decided, let's just talk about something. And I've come across a particular person on the internet. I'm not gonna name anybody, and if you know a name, I would really appreciate if you didn't name anybody. I don't wanna, shout out anyone here. I'm just putting my 2 cents on the matter and how I see things. But I see a lot of people holding back and kissing ass to what they think would please the most people, and they are doing this because they want to use the famous and the things that are famous, like games, for example, and they want to please the majority because they're too scared of doing the other, because it's probably gonna be damaging their brand. Sadly enough, this is how people are. So a lot of people don't really truly appreciate your opinion, and it can be shown by judging you. Because if they're appreciating your opinion, they will hear you and they will disagree with you, but they will not judge you for it directly, like you're being ignorant while they're being somehow know-it-all. But anyways, let me read what was said. So this was said about Pokemon Let's Go. Now, Pokemon Let's Go, I'm not too sure what kind of rap it got. Yeah, there's probably mixed feelings. I myself I cannot tell you how Pokemon Let's Go is from the experience. I have not played the game. I saw it. I saw the battles. Honestly, they look half-assed, but I'm not saying it's bad. It's a new Pokemon game, so really, it just didn't have enough influence, enough risk-taking to get me back to it, to get back my drive for it, and it just didn't hold me to get myself a new console for it. I'm one of those people that will probably buy a console from Nintendo, like Nintendo Switch, when there is going to be like less games on the shelf being made for it. I'm one of those people, But for the handheld, I'm expecting something great to happen eventually in the future, but not this year at least. I think 2012 or 20, I think at least. But anyway, so let me read what was said. So this guy was standing up for a Pokemon Company, Game Freak, that is, and he made it ironic at the beginning, because I wanna like discuss psychologically why I mean what I mean. I respect everybody's opinion and right to judge a game for themselves, but written off Pokemon as having a terrible year just because you didn't enjoy Let's Go is very ignorant and tuned divisioned. Well, this was very interesting because first, if we actually like really completely categorize everything that was said here, you have to understand that when a person is gonna tell you, they're gonna start with, I respect everybody's opinion and right to judge a game for themselves. But you see that but there, and how it was said afterwards it was basically explained as in people being ignorant, the majority being ignorant right now because they just didn't like the game, and they were just sharing their opinion of not liking the game. Now that's a little bit of a bigger statement than just sharing opinion. And I know for a fact that people that tend to start stuff with trying to make themselves look better with the next stuff that they're about to say is insecure, and that is showing insecurity. That's like people making a homosexual statements, but they're not homosexuals, but they have to add up no homo at the end just to make sure they're not homosexuals. I mean, that is only displaying insecurities, because really, if you're not homosexual, you're just not homosexual. You don't even have to say it, but this is the same. I respect everybody's opinion and right to judge. But is gonna come in. You just know it. So why is that even being said at the beginning? It's psychological and really showcases the insecurities in people. And one more good example would be not to be rude, but yeah, that's also one of those good. Not to be rude, but I'm about to be rude. You know, it's that typical trying to cover things up under the carpet to make themselves look smarter and prettier to what they're about to say. But honestly, people are not that insecure, or at least hope they're not. You know, they can take stuff like this, but categorizing everybody as, you know, people that don't like Pokemon Let's Go and having their opinion about Game Freak having a bad year, I guess in a way, yes, their own experience shouldn't be looked onto like, you know, the Game Freak. Maybe they meant for themselves. You know, Pokemon just didn't have a good year for themselves. You know, supporting them and buying this stuff and just didn't come up to their expectations. But to say they're ignorant is like saying, well, they want to accept anything Game Freak makes for them. And that's just not the way to go. If you're going to accept everything Game Freak makes for you, you're basically gonna say you're like on crack, but if they make something cheaper, you know, like they can like through, you know, make quantity over quality, and you're gonna keep on eating it, and you know, and suck up to them, you're eventually gonna allow them to go back on the quality, and they will start to do this stuff without any more salt put into it. Because you know, Pokemon games, the reason I like Pokemon handheld games up to the, well, I guess I could say to the 6th generation and yeah, even further, but honestly, it's just that there was a lot of effort put into it, and I see Pokemon Let's Go, and for a console, it just doesn't hold my interest. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm not saying it's a good game. I cannot speak on that behalf because I have not experienced it, but I find it ironic and very hypocritical when people actually speak out about something and they start with the most insecure beginning statements. You know, just to make sure, you know, just to make sure. Jesus Christ, man. But this reminds me of something bigger. Something much bigger as a person, you know, hanging out with friends outside and on the internet, seeing how people express towards each other. I saw something that I could be added to it as well, but nowadays I'm trying to more dive into my own insecurities, into my own, you know, try to struggle and challenge my own comfort zones. I don't want to be put too much into the comfort zone. I want to be criticized. You know, I want to be anything that can make me grow and make me develop an immunity. I want it, because I think it's very important to be able to express how you want, and especially in friends, you know, you like friends that are able to tell you how it is. No bullshitting, no covering behind the carpet, you know, little nitpicking, the little things to make you look good. Shit like that will not work in the long term, you know, and this is how relationships work, and this is how opinions should be expressed. And I think that the worst a person can do is trying to look at something and be like, yeah, but I'm making something out of this, so I'm gonna try to defend it, because the majority will probably stick with me, and that is where basically you're kind of like sucking the fame out of it and kissing their ass as far as it goes. And basically what I want to talk about a little bit more is that I have a friend that has got a belief, a theory. Well, it's not really a theory for him anymore. It's more of a real belief. And it's about the world being flat. And there's a lot of people on the internet making fun of that. There's a lot of people making proofs that the world is not flat, it's round. There's also people that make proofs that the world is flat and it's not round. If one would ask me how I believe the world is, I would tell them, for my belief at least, it's round. But if I were to be honest, I don't give a fuck if it's round, flat, or, I don't know, triangle. I don't care about what the world looks like, to be honest. I don't see the benefit in that. I don't even understand why they would ever lie to us like that. But for now, I do have my beliefs that the world is as we perceive it from the very young age in being round. But my friend believes that it's flat. And we had discussions, basically I have two very close friends, and we talk a lot, you know, and we had discussions about this, and he kept his belief to extreme. He really believed to a point where round would be a theory at that point. It would be something that may be, but it's flat. And while we had our discussions, we had the disagreements and all this stuff, and stuff could get a little bit boring at times when you don't really care about the shape of the world, but you still take the time to try to dive into Francis, how do you say, interests at that time. I've realized how people hit their ideas, hit their look onto things, because they perceive that the people will see them as crazy, as small, close-minded, as anything of that sort. They're gonna look at them and oh, you see that guy? He's such a clown. He thinks that the world is flat. How funny is that? Blah blah blah. It's like, dude, you have an incredible opportunity right now. You can actually see who the people are, the people that will judge you for having just this look, and they will judge you for it and try to call you names, trying to slander you down. Dude, those people are not worth your time. This is a great opportunity to showcase your interests, showcase your ideas, showcase your basically your whole vision and how you see things. Get it out there for other people to either agree with you, disagree with you. It's great. It's great to be open. It's great to share. And if they don't agree, great. If they hate you for it, great. If they love you for it, great. Be open to everything. Be open to slander, be open to humor, be open to being laughed at, be open to being agreed at, praised at, be open to everything, man. Because if you're gonna be neglecting yourself, and this guy, my friend, he really is insecure about this, because he would never post anything flat theory on public. I'm not saying he has to showcase to prove somebody something, no, but he believes in this, but he only shares it with the closest of friends, because this is how stuff are being done here. But when you think about it, it's just that a good example would be voting. I made a vote once, and at first I didn't know that the names are being displayed down there as well. So a couple of people made votes that said, when on the voting there was is the world flat or round? If you believe it's flat, explain to me why you believe that. I'm open to hearing your look onto it. And most people said no, and one guy did say yes, and that was my friend. But when he saw that the names are displayed, which back before I didn't even know myself, he took that vote away. And that showed insecurities in your belief. Dude, if you cannot stand by your words and your beliefs, then what can you stand for? And I'm really trying to, am I doing it wrong? Maybe I'm being too exposing. Maybe I'm expecting my friend to be more exposing with their beliefs. But I think it's an incredible opportunity. I think there's so many people out there that don't dare to showcase something that they think majority will not agree with them. I think that is a perfect moment to know who the people are that will stick with you. And I'm not saying that people that will not agree with you, will not be the people to stick with. No, it's great to disagree and agree on things. That's what adults should be like. I'm trying to be an adult here. And YouTube has a great opportunity also to be able to accept some criticism. Well, honestly, I think on the scale of criticism, I went further than a lot of people. I was a little bit unscratched with it. I'm not saying I didn't get criticism. I just think that I got criticism, just not enough criticism looking back now. A lot of people tend to have good words, and a lot of good words is great, but criticism, constructive criticism, can build you. There are people out there that really have a good point. And even as I'm making this video right now, there are things that are probably bothering you, and you think I can do it better. It can be anything, and I think it's actually appreciated to hear that. The beauty is that we don't have to agree with everything somebody believes, and this is why opinions differ from one to another. So when I say I respect your opinion, that means that I will not judge you and call you ignorant for having a different opinion. I will just accept your opinion, listen to it, and see if there is any empty space in my opinion to be able to be changed, my mind to be changed. Because I'm always open. I got those percent. I'm not 100% on something. I'm always open to be able to try at least, because I got a very big ego. I'm very stubborn. I'm very big ego sometimes. I can be very hard. Being stubborn, hard-minded, it can be hard to change my mind. But at the same time, I have my time when I slow back, especially when I'm alone and think about it a little bit, and I can see my own faults sometimes, you know. But I'm so stubborn, I can actually bypass that. And basically, that's just how I want to express about sharing opinion and not being scared of sharing something that you think the majority will hate you for it, you know. Like, really, if it goes that far, then you know that those people are insecure. There is no other way to mention like something like this. When people become too defensive, there's something that are being insecure about, you know. Especially in games, you know, if somebody's gonna praise a game completely and there's gonna be one guy that's not gonna like the game because their experience just wasn't up to their expectations. It's really bad to have expectations from other things, but in life, you know, we kind of are hyped up to something and then our hype kind of goes down. And I think that today's with the internet, we get too much hype for things that come and they just don't go up to our hype. It's really good to have low expectations from things, but it's just that that person is gonna be attacked by fans everywhere, and they're not gonna be accepting his opinion being different, you know. They're gonna be telling him he's this and this and this and this, and that's just not the same anymore. You cannot say I respect somebody's opinion if you're gonna be generalizing them as ignorant and dumbfounded, or however you want to call it. I'm not even sure if that's the right way of saying it. So if you're truly being honest, then express in honesty and not start with psychological insecurity that only showcases your own, well, I guess your own. I wouldn't really want to say anything after this because then I would look ignorant and knowing better. But, you know, some people will like it, some people will not like the stuff that they enjoy. Opinions are to be shared, they're different from one another. Some people will accept it, some people will disagree with it, some people will agree with it, some people will dislike it, some people will hate you for it. You know, some people will, heck, they will go online and try to send you a direct message telling you, oh, they want to kill you or something, you know, just death threats and shit of that nature, you know. We get all sorts of people in this world, you know, and that's the beauty of life. For the better or the worst, that's what makes life rich. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to say. I made this video way too long for my own good, but that's how I'm used to. I talk a lot, and which is weird because I tend to be very quiet with newcomers, with strangers around me. I'm very, very quiet. I didn't have enough social life thinking about it. I'm trying to go out more. I do have friends that I hang out with, but you know, this is something, you know, that I have to keep on striving for. So there's insecurities in me as well. But then again, who doesn't have insecurities? Just that insecurities, man. Comfort zone. Even ideas. Share your ideas. If they're different, you know, and you feel of sharing, but you're being insecure about, fuck it. Just say fuck it and share them. Dude, fuck it. Own it. Own your ideas, man. Just hold them. Hold them with confidence. Nobody is gonna fuck with you. Like, you know, and still be open, I guess. And that would be very appreciated, you know. If people would still be open to hear other people's ideas and be able to open their mind, and you know what, I'm gonna suck some of this information in, you know, maybe you're right, and shit of that nature, you know. But anyways, thank you much for listening, and this was a little bit of a rant here. Hope you guys, you know, enjoyed my little talk here. You've probably been doing something on the side, and that's gonna be it for me. Take care of yourself. Peace.